Hello, friends. Welcome. 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 It's time to paint some toy soldiers. It's time to paint this toy soldier, in fact. Beautiful day. Beautiful week. Bam. So this girl is in Rawhide. So I think I talked about these models a little bit yesterday, but the dealio with these girls, or this girl, I should say, they're all the same girl. Her name's Glow. And the pieces of the figures that came in her box are all meant to represent her at different stages of her journey as a survivor. And so this is actually the Lantern year, probably 3, 4, 5, something like that. This is the early one. This is the little girl, starting one. Did her today. Great little girl. So we're going to try and replicate her colours mostly across the versions of this model. So mostly whites, white cloak, or white cloak rather, and then the armour representative of the actual type of armour that she's wearing, which, as discussed, is Rawhide. Hello, Cragzog. Hope you're doing well, my friend. What did I do for that? I don't recall. Yeah, no, I did do that. Yep. Just trying to remember all the colours I used. I wanted to have the same hair colour across all the iterations and all that stuff. I'm making fantastic headway in my little collection actually right now. This is easily the most impetus I've ever had for painting survivor models. The monsters is just not a problem, but agreed, mate, agreed. You're doing a commission, you brave, brave man. bit of stuff that I can trim off. Done a few big dragons in my time. Challenging to paint something of that size. The thing that probably gets talked about not enough when you're painting large models is actually just the physical fatigue in doing it. It's not even the time and stuff that it takes to do, or the amount of detail and stuff. It's actually the physical act of holding the model upright and twisting it around and getting it into the right position. Quite a challenging thing to do. Alright, I've got to think about this light situation in here. So this light that I've got in front of me that you all can't see because of the magic and wizardry of my camera work is just a Tasklight Lumi lamp, and it's very good. It's very, very good. Served me well for many, many years. However, because of the angle of my new camera mount, can't quite get it into the right position. Bless you, Mossy. Oh, 75mm scale. I don't know when scale became a thing, right? Obviously, old school miniature models was always about scale, but why do we talk about scale with figures? It's so dumb. I completely understand why, but yeah. Like 1 to 10 scale of me is quite a bit different size of 1 to 10 scale of you, my friend. Good chat from you. Good chat. See, the Lions made it through, mate, into the grand final. It's about that time of year where everyone in Brisbane suddenly remembers that we like AFL. Let's go straight into some Sigel Brown. Haha, that's cool. Yeah, no, it should be good. Should be good final. Sydney the favourites. It's been quite a time between drinks for the Lions winning a premiership. They were obviously in the grand final last year against Collingwood. But yeah, it's been 2004 was their last one, I think, their last win. No, 2003. 2004 was their last grand final appearance. They lost that one to Port, I think. Port Adelaide Power, off the top of my head. do follow a little bit of AFL. I just enjoy sports in general, really. So the three-peat. It's a good time to be alive. I've really been getting into painting these little figures actually. So quite an extended period of time where I didn't paint a lot of small scale figures, and then I got into Marvel Crisis Protocol, and it was good. It was good to get back to that small scale. You know, I think in my head I was like, back in tiny models, I can't paint that shit anymore. I'm too old, etc. And there's definitely a part of that conversation that is accurate. But it's nice. It's nice to get back to this scale and remember that I can actually paint at this scale. Remember the Titans. Back in my younger days when I used to be a world-renowned miniature painter, that is not the case anymore. I'm still okay. So yes, the countdown is on. T minus 14 days until the new job. So that's it's exciting, a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm looking forward to it. Sort of. Be nice to just keep painting miniatures. Playing games. That'd be nice. Who knows? Maybe I'll win the lottery in the next few weeks. That would be a very tidy play if I didn't work in a safety-dominated industry, my friend. So, probably not gonna wash. So the Kingdom Death girls and guys that start in the first showdown come with a cloth. And I painted my cloth 4 years ago on my starting survivors. 4 glorious years. And I have no idea what colour I painted them. I'm just going on best guess because I kind of am trying to make the cloth on survivors all look roughly the same. But it's a tough ask. No shoes, no shirt, but I still get service. Wow. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. I like this girl. I actually really like all iterations. Oh, where are you up to? I've stalled a little bit partway through season 3. I think I've got about 3 or 4 episodes left, but I just haven't had a lot of time to watch it in the last few weeks, or last week really. So, where are you up to? Yeah. How crazy was season 2, hey? Season 2 is just absolutely outrageous. Does it shock you to know that that is the character that I identify with the most? I'm sure it does not. He's just done some absolutely crazy ass shit, hey? He's a fucking nut job. Highlander. It's very good acting, though. Very good acting from the actor, Anthony Starr. Black Noir. I actually think the most unlikable character in the show by a country mile, the Deep. He's classically bad. That's good. Good show. I've enjoyed getting into it. I'm sort of relatively happy that I didn't watch it before this because I think I would have hated waiting several seasons to watch it progress. Doppelganger. keep my eyes off you. Workday's done. This like outfit feels very familiar to me. I feel like it's like a, I don't know. I just think like Red Sonja or something from that Conan movie or something like that. Just feels the outfit just feels so familiar. Star Trek, yes. Marvel, yes. Lord of the Rings, yes. Judge Dredd, yes. Doom, yes. Has he done a Star Wars? He also wasn't in Harry Potter, that we know of. Craig, so have you ever watched Community, the TV show Community? Troy and Abed in the morning. And we're back. Was he really? Oh, I'm glad to hear that, mate. Yes. I'm feeling the need to get back in and do another watch of the old Community. It's been, I don't know, maybe 12 months, 18 months since I've watched it. Absolute all-time show. I found a YouTube video the other night that I watched, and it was the best lines from every episode of Community ever. And it just pulled the great funny lines from every episode of Community ever. And I have to say, there's a lot of lines in there that I forgot and that are very, very funny. Yeah, yeah. Don't eat the crab dip. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, outstanding. Outstanding. I have to say that it really struggled after the loss of Pierce. As much as Pierce was so unlikable, I really found that first season after that really struggled. But then season 6 was actually like low key one of the best seasons. but they knew that it was ending, and so it was just sort of everything was wrapping up. Frankie was awesome. Don't know. Six seasons in a movie. Where is the movie at actually? Last I heard, it was being filmed. So the latest update on the King of Death campaign that I commenced today. There's a character named Deno. Deno gloriously did absolutely nothing in the first fight. He came home after breaking his rib. G'day, Almondale. Ed. And, yep, so Deno found himself with a broken rib, and he stood at the foot of our leader, and then a little while later, he contracted a plague, and unfortunately that was the demise. So yes, the glorious campaign for Deno has ended very shortly with plague. Fortunately, there are other brave survivors, including Wedgie, who's now blind in one eye. Another chap by the name of Koki, who immediately after being born decided that he didn't want to leave his settlement because he's afraid of the dark. So it was a really promising start all round. It was really promising start, yeah. So Deno, dead by plague. Two of my mates, absolute rubbish start. And the dude that I'm playing with, the character that we named after him, Young Tobes, has turned into an absolute monster. Just about everything that could go right for this guy has gone right. He's got a bonus to his luck. He's got a bonus to his strength. He's got cool fighting arts. It's just been outrageous. Like, it's been almost unfair how much stuff is lined up for him. And then he's also got a kid, so we called one of our female survivors after his kid, and she's having a ripping good time too. She's going absolutely awesome. So the Deno side of the table is getting smashed from pillar to post. The Tobe side of the table having a wonderful time. He's like, how good's this game? Yeah, it's real good, mate. Really good. No, it is awesome. So we just concluded Lantern Year 3 of... Lantern Year 2. We've done three showdowns. So we're in Lantern Year 3 now. And the next few hunts will be quite interesting. Pretty much if you can get to Lantern Year 5, 6 with a healthy-ish population, you're okay. You'll probably make it close to the end, if not the end. So it's a promising start. Well, I will keep that in mind, mate. There actually is a sacrifice endeavour that you can do where you sacrifice people in the settlement. I will name a brave survivor after you, Cragzog. I promise that. Tomorrow, I will name the survivor after you. Brave Cragzog. No, nothing in the works for the anvil, mate. I'm judging, so shan't be entering. We don't like to do a Jared Clifford here in this household, mate. That's all right. No apology. But no, anvil's good. I'm having limited involvement. Just how I like it. No, it's actually really positive that I don't get involved in some of that stuff for other events. Not saying I don't help out, because I'm happy to help out. But yeah, other people bearing the burden, good thing. It is a nice change, yes. Oh yeah. It's a weird combination of colours I've used to make this white cloak, but it really does work and feels white, even though it's got no white. So the colours that I've used, because I'm sure that there'll be people on YouTube screaming out, Dano, tell us the colours, you fuck. Well, listen here, you fucks. I jest. Listen here, friends on the internet. Colours that I've used for white are Middlestone, which is the greeny desaturated colour. Light sea grey for the mid-tone, and then, wait for it, light flesh for the highlight. So what? I don't know why, but it hits it. It hits white. Let's just zoom out. That's what it's going to look like when I finish, after I spray a little bit of purple. How crazy, right? So the last colour we're going to do is light flesh, and then we'll mix in a tiny little bit of off-white. Damn. So there's definitely one area where I have observed my skills declining in my elderly age, and that is absolutely eyes. I used to be able to do eyes on anything. And now I really struggle. Yeah, I've thought about it. I'd like to just hopefully retain the tiniest little hope that I'm still young enough to do this without that. But that hope is getting more and more forlorn as the months and years roll by. Interestingly, it started getting significantly worse when I started streaming. And I haven't been able to really pinpoint a reason other than I'm trying to keep my head not just hunched over, because I think I used to be very close to a model, really, really close. I pulled out of the black in case you're wondering why I just did that. I'm not completely fucking it. I just changed my mind. What was his cat's name? The bad guy? Was it Max? It was Max. Yeah. Mad. That's right. Let's do the base, and then we can introduce some introduce some airbrush colors. And some contrast paints and make me look like a much better painter than I am. Oh, Kragzog, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, Frodo. That line works on multiple levels. It's like an elevator. Alright, so these are the colours I use on the base. And then I'm going to use some Inktense Chestnut, which is, if you'll pardon the pun, quite Inktense. Still didn't know what happened when you knocked upon my door. And you had all the things you never know. You and I can't lie, that it's really you. Things are starting new. That ain't the reason why not everyone can say. You don't have to pretend, try hard. Say it again anywhere. They don't care, it's just not fair, and you know that I know better. It's my go-to karaoke song. Well, weeks go by and you wonder why, if this is really true. Your heart said no, but your feelings, all the things you never knew. Ah, yes, you're a fortunate man. No, you can do that anytime. Any Monday night you can come here and I'll usually just be singing, muttering to myself whilst I'm painting toy soldiers. Hello, Yon. Oh, look, I know I did it again. Oh no, my palette cam's not working tonight, mate. Sorry. I can't put the thing on for some reason. Palette cam's not working today. So my apologies. I tried. So I did this for my Marvel Crisis Protocol, and it's something that just makes my life so much easier when it comes to painting. Just unified bases. Just do a flat colour, mix some of these contrast paints on the base, do a highlight if you want. Cannot go wrong. Cannot go wrong. The key part to that is mixing the colours together. As soon as you mix the colours together on the base, it looks like you've put heaps of effort in. I haven't, as I'm sure you can tell. 28 months. That is outrageous. I appreciate you, Yon. Thank you, mate. Wow. Crazy. Look, Ed, I do churn out minis at a tremendous pace. It is absolutely true, and that is my superpower. However, one of the reasons I stream is because I'm trying to show anyone, that anyone can do it. I'm not trying to hide or obfuscate what I do. I don't feel the need to hide or put stuff behind paywalls or anything. It's just starting is definitely one of the first steps on the journey, but yeah, just actually sitting down and painting is the real key. As soon as you do that, you're moving in the right direction. Yep. Well, he's a smart guy. Don't tell him I said that. But I do have a feeling I know where he got that great advice from. One Andrew Buckley. We have Bucks and I joining forces again for a bit of judging in the not too distant future. We're going to be judging the Kingdom Death Discord painting competition. Probably in a few weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks from now, we'll be lining up, and hopefully providing people some wonderful commentary, some wonderful supportive feedback, and some wonderful sledging. Alright, Dano, let's see if we can fix these fucking eyes just the tiniest bit. I don't reckon I could have made that worse if I tried. These are quite small sculpts, I will say that. Alright. Not awful. Just need to... Alright, that's probably gonna have to be good enough, don't I? It's just this one on the left. Tell you what, sometimes having a camera on your work that's ultra zoomed is just really bad for your ego. There we go. There we go. We landed it. Well done, Dano. Best set of eyes you've painted today, you absolute pest. Well, we won't be going for awfully much longer tonight, friends. We're gonna probably take a early mark. Got a big day ahead tomorrow, and then off to Melbourne on Wednesday for the last hurrah. Yes, so it's the last supper of the company that I worked for. We're having a dinner. Toast the end. Yeah. Yep, should be fine. Looking forward to... Well, I'm not really looking forward to it, honestly. 20 years. basically been 50% of my life as an adult has been spent at that one place. Now we're done. See ya. So yeah, my dad's worked for Queensland Rail for 47 years, and he's just recently retired. And so, for whatever reason, I sort of thought in my head that was going to be me. I was going to do the same thing. Just going to stick with one company. It's just a retail company, mate, like in the tyre industry. But yeah, wasn't to be. So yeah, I stand down the barrel of starting with a new company and establishing relationships, and probably the part that I'll struggle with the most, pretending to have a care. Yeah, yeah. That's it. And I've spent a very long time establishing those skills to pretend that I have social skills. Empathy. Empathy's the big one for me. Pretending that I have empathy. Alright, we'll give this girl one tiny little airbrush, and then we might call her complete and pack up very shortly. Let's actually compare it to the other one and see how she looks. Definitely got the hair colour roughly the same, but I need to just add some more pink to the skin. So, and everything really. That's good, I think. Siblings is good. Cool. Ah. Got to make sure I use this girl in a campaign. Got to make sure I use all these girls in a campaign. In the campaign that I'm currently playing, that's what I need to do. Hey, Lexi. That's a good question, mate. It varies week to week, depending on where I am at and what sort of projects I'm working on. For example, right at this very moment, I've just been painting Kingdom Death stuff, and so I've pretty much been doing, you know, 1 or 2 models a day. But if I'm not sort of feeling the painting kick at the time, then maybe it's the only time I paint. But it's funny, sometimes it'll be, I won't be excited about painting, and I'll be sort of just like, oh, I don't really feel like streaming, and then I'll stream, and that'll get me right in the headspace of painting, and I'll be really excited for it. And then, like, so some Sundays, like there was a couple of weeks ago where I started painting that Pigo night because I was like, yeah, I might just paint something different. I ended up just painting non-stop for 3 days because I was excited to finish it and enjoying painting it. So, but I would say on average, I'm probably painting probably four days a week at the moment, which is about 5 days less than I used to. But it really ebbs and flows. Like, and I've talked about, you know, my motivation on the stream before. And I'm adamant, absolutely adamant, that I don't want it to feel like work at any point. And if it feels like work, you know, I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing with my time. There's times that changes, you know, there's times when, if I'm trying to put something together for a competition, that I try to pour more energy or effort in. But generally that's pretty much it. Look, I can't speak to your specific situation, my friend. But what I would like to do is just share a little article I wrote, and specifically the last section of said article. So you may have read this, you may not have read it. I'll just point out that I didn't edit it on this website, so it looks a little bit poorly edited, but it's not. My original copy is great. The last section is a section that I like to call goal setting and sacrifice, and the part that really has to be forefront of your mind when you're doing this is your why. Like, why are you doing it? What is your motivation? And if your motivation is because you want to get better and you want to enter in competitions and, you know, perform well at those competitions, that's wonderful, great. Do it. If your motivation is to have fun and enjoy your hobby, then that changes what you need to be thinking about and what you're trying to get out of it. So, yeah, the advice, the feedback is just really dial down on why you're doing it. And if it is something that requires you to really grind out some hours, even sometimes when you're feeling like you're hating it. Bring yourself back to your goal. That's why I'm doing it. But if your insight, or if your motivation, hey Al, is just because this is hobby and you're fun and you really like doing it, and then you sort of got caught up in this other stuff of I've got to do well, and I've got to achieve this level of painting, and I've got to do this by this time, or I'm a failure or whatever. Maybe just dial it back and remember what it is you do it for. And for me, it's because I love painting and I love little toy soldiers, and that's what I want to be really putting at the forefront of my mind. I do this because I want to, I love doing it, and that's enough for me. So that article is actually a lot more to do with my work than to do with my toy soldier painting. I brought a lot of stuff that I learned from work into that article and into my approach to painting and to life. So we just I say this from learning the hard way, So I absolutely understand what it feels like to be on the other side. And where I am now is because I had those times. So trust me, it's and I actually think it's less. It's not even really the hobby, right? It's just society and the way that we value things now. It's almost like if you're not grinding to achieve something, you're failing or something. Like, it's okay to not be the best. Yeah, and Alexia, it's got to be uniquely personal to you. For me, the idea of creating artwork is not even a little bit of a motivation, right? But for someone like, Kyle, he does, he does stuff that is just crazy to me, like his art. The stuff that I make is just because I try to do stuff that I think little Deno would think is cool. That's it. There's no more ulterior motives than that. So anyway, that was just a lovely little sidelight into a great question from Alexi, and start with why. The side hustle mentality is a very big part of life now, mate. And if you can acknowledge that, understand when it's okay. Look, and again, there's no judgment from me, right, on people that want to do that and live that way. That's great. If that is your motivation, if that is the security that's going to provide you in the future, do you do you, friend. So there's nothing wrong with pretty much anything in life. Obviously, that's a very broad statement, so I'll walk that back. You can live life however many ways you want. Just start with your why and understand what that is, and allow that to guide and influence what matters to you. So I do sort of very, 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 very infrequent commissions these days. I don't basically do any commissions unless, and the one that I did one last week was great because I don't want to ever feel like I have to do something. So any commissions I accept is, I would like to paint this model and I get to do it however the fuck I want. And if you're okay with that and you're willing to pay me the amount of money that I think it's worth, no worries. Otherwise, I just paint, and if someone wants to buy what I paint, that's great. And if they don't, that's great. And it's a nice way to experience the hobby. I'm more at peace with this hobby than I think I've ever been. I get to play games with my mates with all my awesomely painted models that I love looking at. I get to occasionally sell models to people that think they're great, and that feels nice. I get to come in here and enjoy talking to people and painting models, and that's great. But I also just sometimes have a couple of weeks off and don't paint at all, and that's fine. So I'm sure I've banned this guy before. Yeah. Maybe he's got different... Ban Evader. Oh, Kragzog and I can see it because we've banned him before. Anyway, I will try and finish these glow girls, and then we're going to go back to this diorama. I feel it. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. I like where we're at with this guy so far. He's quite pleasing. I'm not enjoying what I did with the shield at all though. Don't like that colour. I feel like the colour's completely off. So we might just take the colour to black and call that a day. She's fine. These two look like they fit together. Similar ambience. This dude's fine. Probably a little bit too much brown, so I might want to add some green into him just to tie him in a bit. Got a little bit green back there, but we'll need to get some more, I think. And this one, who's kind of like the star of the show, is pretty ordinary, so we'll have to fix her somewhat. But when we feel it, when we're feeling the vibe, it's got 14, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, they're good sculpts, really good sculpts. I feel excited about the scene. I feel excited about the story. Just a lot of models. Yeah, 14. So there's 4 defending the church, and then 10 attacking the church. 3 of those 10 are underneath the church in the sewer. There's a big chick on the dragon summoning stuff, and a couple of dudes protecting her and it's coming out. And then there's 7, 6, whatever it is left over, just climbing up staircase to it. So it's gonna be cool. 14. Yep. There's definitely not many people out there in the world doing that. There's a couple. No, it won't be coming to Crimson. It'll definitely be finished by Crimson. If it's not, I'll be disappointed. But no, it probably won't come to Crimson. It'll be at Queensland Model Hobby Expo if you decide to come up for that, mate. So feel free. I tell you what, the thing that actually stalled me on that project was actually I've got a video to edit. I am growing my hair, Bucks. Look at it. I can almost put in a ponytail. Hey, Malta, how are you, mate? Yeah, yeah. I wish I could say that it was your influence. It's not. It's Mossy's influence, but we decided it's going to come along while I still can. Yeah, man bun is on the cards. So I figured while I can grow my hair, yeah, we'll go for it. Man bun on the cards. Can't wait. It is you. You're right. You're right. It is you. I'm inspired by your beautiful, luscious locks. I am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to having it. There's my high school graduation. I had a braid in my hair. I had hair halfway down my back at high school. So, and then I went to a mullet for a while, but I decided, you know what, got to be serious. Serious Dano's back. And yeah, I think it's time to just let the hair flow while I still can. 4 of the people that I play with in my gaming group, 3 of them are bald, and the other one's getting there. And here's me just going, you know what? I'm going to rub it in. I'm just going to go long. Mossy's not a fan of the mullet at all. But she's down for the long hair. She's down. She's on board. She thinks it's a great play. So yeah. So 2 girls, 2 to go. We'll do this one next. This is a chick wearing Beast Hunter armor, which is from the... Oh, not Beast Hunter. Maybe it is Beast Hunter. No. Screaming armor. She's wearing Screaming armor. And this one is the Holy Mage. That's a great sculpt. Gonna be fun to paint her. Might go gold. Might go gold all over her. Maybe. We'll see. All right. Yep. Short stream tonight, friends. We finished her, so that's nice. We will. We'll be back on Sunday. Probably. We'll see. And yeah, I'll catch you all then. Big Dano.